The game I chose to do a feature extension on is called Duck Game. What is Duck Game? Duck Game is an Adult Swim 2D multiplayer platform shooter. You play this game with 2 to 8 players, and basically your goal is to be the first to win at least 10 rounds of the game. And a round is basically when you get put into a new map, and you are supposed to be the last one standing among all of your other players. And it's important to note that every weapon will kill the duck in one hit. There's an exception of fires, but it more puts the duck on a time limit while they run around before they die. And a game to compare it to would be Smash, but it is still very different, and there's really no other game like Duck Game. So why did I choose Duck Game? I chose Duck Game because it is easily my favorite party game, and I also just associate this game with modding, and it just due to the extent of like Steam mods that there are, and I think it's like really easy to implement new ideas. So my feature is going to be Buff Duck. In the game, there are many weapons and power-ups that you can use to destroy your friends, and essentially what I want to do is add a weapon that increases the size of the duck and gives it massive muscles on like a visual standpoint, but it'll also give the duck an extra health point, so it'll die in 2 hits instead of 1, and will allow the user to punch their enemies into oblivion. On the right here, we do have an image of a bodybuilder duck that has already been added to the game via modding, but it is purely cosmetic, because a lot of people make hats that you can then change how your duck looks. I want to make this be an actual thing, and I would have wanted, of course, to look differently, because as you can see, the hat kind of like fights with the base model of the duck at the bottom, and I'd also wanted the duck to just look much bigger. And this would be how it would kind of work in gameplay, because you'd start you start over here on the left. All 4 ducks spawn in, and they would be trying to get to the top where the dumbbell, which would be the visual representation of what this power-up is, at the top. They could then run around, get to it. They'll pick it up, as seen in the middle image, and then use it, pressing square, I believe, to then become Buff Duck. And I again use that image because that's what I really have as a reference. So yeah, that's my feature extension, Buff Duck.